From the first two term, என்ன first two term 7 power k into 7 minus 7. So இங்க இருந்து we have to take 7 power 1 outside. From the first two term, take 7 power 1 outside. We get 7 power k minus 1 plus 6. But 7 power k minus 1, we already assume it is divisible by 6. நம்ம ஏற்கனவே step 2ல assume பண்ணிருக்கோம் that is divisible by 6 னு. So 7 power k minus 1 is divisible by 6 na, it follows that 7 into 7 power k minus 1 plus 6 is also divisible by 6. Therefore, இதில் இருந்து நமக்கு என்ன தெரியுதுன்னா p of k plus 1 is divisible by 6. So by the principle of mathematical induction, p of n is true for all the integer n is greater than or equal to 0. That is not a 6, n is greater than or equal to 0. So just correct down. So this is an important 10 marks, girls. So please go through the first problem. So second one, this is also the important sum. Same mathematical induction method. We have to prove that 19 divides 7 power n plus 2 plus 8 power 2n plus 1. So நம்ம என்ன prove பண்ண, this is nothing but 7 power n plus 2 plus 8 power 2n plus 1 is divisible by 19. நம்ம அப்படி prove பண்ணி காமிக்கணும். But the question is, we have to prove that 19 divides 7 power n plus 2 plus 8 power 2n plus 1 for all n is greater than or equal to 1. For all n is greater than or equal to 1. So first we have to take p of n be the given statement. That is 7 power n plus 2 plus 8 power 2n plus 1 is divisible by 19. So take it as a p of n. So step 1 நம்ம என்ன prove பண்ணோம்? We have to show the step 1 is true for n is equal to 1. n இருக்கிறதுல 1 substitute பண்ணுங்க. So p of 1 is equal to 7 power 1 plus 2 plus 8 power 2 into 1 plus 1. Power இருக்கணும். 8 power 2 into 1 plus 1. Just correct down. So 7 cube plus 8 cube. So 7 cube plus 8 cube, the value is 855. So 855 can be written as 19 into 45. So what is the question? You have to show that it is divisible by 19. So 855 can be written as 19 into 45. So which is divisible by 19. Therefore p of n is true for n is equal to 1. Step 2 என்ன பண்றோம்னா, we have to assume p of n is true for n is equal to k. So what is the assumption? That is nothing but 1 minute. Right. So p of k. So p of n is true for n is equal to k. Therefore p of k is equal to 7 power k plus 2 plus 8 power 2k plus 1 is divisible by 19. We have to assume that step 2. Step 3, we have to prove that n is equal to k plus 1. That is p of k plus 1. P of k plus 1 எப்படி எழுதுறோம்னா 7 power in the place of k எங்கெல்லாம் இருக்குதோ அங்க k plus 1 substitute பண்ணுங்க. So k plus 1 plus 2 plus 8 power 2 into k plus 1 plus 1. So we get 7 power k plus 3 plus 8 power 2k plus 3. So 7 power k plus 3 எப்படி எழுதுறாங்கன்னா k plus 2 plus 1 plus 8 power 2k plus 1 plus 2. So just split it down. So we get 7 power k plus 2 into 7 power 1 plus 8 power 2k plus 1 into 8 square. So next step, 7 power k plus 2 into 7 plus 8 power 2k plus 1 into 8 square is nothing but 64. Next one, 7 power k plus 2 into 7 plus 8 power 2k plus 1 into 64 can be written as 57 plus 7. Okay. The next step is just split out. Split பண்ணி எழுதிக்கணும். So 7 power k plus 2 into 7 plus 57 into 8 power 2k plus 1 plus 7 into 8 power 2k plus 1. So the next step, from the first one and the last term, take 7 outside. So 7 into 7 power k plus 2 plus 8 power 2k plus 1 plus 57 into 8 power 2k plus 1. First, the term in the bracket is divisible by 19, right? That is assumed in the step 2. So 7 into 7 power k plus 2 plus 8 power 2k plus 1 is divisible by 19. Plus 57 can be written as 19 into 3. 57 can be written as 19 into 3 into 8 power 2k plus 1, which is divisible by 19. Therefore, p of k plus 1 is true. Therefore, p of k plus 1 is true. Therefore, p of n is true for all the positive integers. But therefore, by the method of principal induction, it is true for all the integers. Right. Next one. See the next corollary statement. Let A and B be the two integers. Let us take A and B be the two integers with the condition B is not equal to 0. Then there exists a unique integer q and r such that A is equal to bq plus r, comma 0 less than or equal to r less than modulus of b. நம்ம என்ன ப்ரூவ் பண்ண போறோம்னா let A and B வந்து two integers னு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க, B is not equal to 0 னு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. You have to show that there exists a unique integers q and r such that A is equal to bq plus r, where the r lies between 0 to modulus of b. So we have to prove this corollary by the two cases. First, let us take case 1. Suppose b is greater than 0. What is given? B is not equal to 0. So b is not equal to 0 means we have to take two cases. One is b is greater than 0. The another one is b is less than 0. So first case 1, suppose we take b is greater than 0. In this case, the corollary follows the division algorithm theorem. So case 2 is, suppose b is greater than 0 வா எடுத்திருந்தா the corollary வந்து எப்படி prove ஆகணும்? It follows the division algorithm theorem. You already studied the earlier classes. That is the division algorithm theorem. That is for b is greater than 0. Suppose b is less than 0 means we have to take modulus of b is equal to minus b. You know that modulus of b is equal to minus b, which is greater than 0. Hence, from the division algorithm theorem, it follows there exists a unique integer. What the integer? q1 and r, such that a is equal to minus b into q1. We already there is one integer. What are the integers q and r? That is a is equal to bq plus r. But here in the case 2, what is the case condition? B is less than 0. In this case, we exit the unique integers q1 and r that satisfy the condition. What is the condition? A is equal to minus b, right? Modulus of b is equal to minus b. So in place of b, we have to substitute minus b into q1 plus r. So that is nothing but minus q1 is equal to q. For there exists a unique integers q and r such that a is equal to bq plus r. Therefore, 0 less than or equal to r less than modulus of b. See the next sum, that is a 5-mark sum. Is a simple nothing, but we have to show that the sum of the first n odd integers is n square. Sum of the first n odd integers. Sometimes the question will be asked like this: prove that the sum of the first n odd integers is n square. Or we have, sometimes it will be asked like this: prove that 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus etc. is equal to n square. So what is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 is nothing but sum of the first n odd integers. That is, you have to show that by using the mathematical induction method. So first take the given statement as P of n. So what is the statement? P of n is equal to 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus etc. 2n minus 1 is equal to n square. What is the case 1? We have to prove the statement is true for n is equal to 1. No. So what is the left hand side? 2n minus 1. So in the place of n, substitute 1. So 2 into 1 minus 1 is equal to 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. The RHS is 1, n square. So 1 square is equal to 1. So both LHS is equal to RHS. Therefore, P of 1 is true. And your step 2, that is nothing but the assumption. We have to assume n is equal to k. That is, P of k is equal to 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus etc. 2k minus 1 is equal to k square. Just mark it as equation number 1. And step 3, we have to prove that the case is true for n is equal to k plus 1. So what is P of k plus 1 is nothing but 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus etc. 2k minus 1 plus 2k plus 1 is equal to k plus 1 the whole square. Right. And see the left hand side. Just write the term 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus etc. 2k minus 1 plus 2k plus 1. The first term, see the bracket term, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus etc. 2k minus 1 is nothing but k square. See the first equation. So k square plus 2k plus 1. That is nothing but 2k square plus 2k plus 1 is equal to, when we factorize this, we get k plus 1 the whole square. That is nothing but RHS. Therefore, P of k plus 1 is true. Therefore, by the method of principal induction, P of n is true for all the positive integers. Next sum. This is also important sum. For any finite set, show that there is a finite set. We have to show that modulus of P of A is equal to 2 power mod A. We prove this by the mathematical induction method. First, let us take n is equal to modulus of A. So, what step 1? We have to put n is equal to 0. When we put n is equal to 0, A becomes empty. And hence, empty is the only subset of A. So, modulus of P of A is equal to 2 power 0 is equal to 1. And step 2, you have to consider n be a positive integer. Let us take first step n is equal to 0. And second step, we have to take n be some positive integer, that is n is equal to m. That is 0 less than or equal to m less than or equal to n. Therefore, this implies modulus of P of A is equal to 2 power mod A. Okay. Third step, let A be a set such that modulus of A is equal to n, where n is greater than or equal to 1. That A contains one element A. That is capital A contains only one element small a. Let us take another event capital B. Where capital B is nothing but A difference set A. Where capital A and B are the events and the small a is nothing but the elements. These are the elements. So capital B is equal to A difference set A. Then capital B is equal to n minus 1. Therefore, modulus of P of B is nothing but 2 power capital B, that is 2 power n minus 1. We have to take the transformation, that is T1. T1 is equal to the set D belongs to P of A, that A belongs to D. That is T1 is equal to probability P of B. And let us take the another transformation T2. T2 is equal to D belongs to P of A such that A belongs to D. Then that is nothing but T2 is equal to D belongs to P of A such that the A belongs to D is nothing but D contains set A belongs to T1. So the set D contains in set A and this set A belongs to T1. So this implies modulus of T1 is equal to, both the transformations are equal and it is equal to 2 power n minus 1. And we know that P of A is equal to T1 union T2 and T1 intersection T2 is equal to 5. So modulus of P of A is equal to, just take the modulus. So it can be written as modulus of T1 plus modulus of T2. What is called modulus of T1? 2 power. We already take it as T1 is equal to P of B. But P of B is equal to 2 power n minus 1. So modulus of T1 is equal to 2 power n minus 1. And what is that? Modulus of T2 is equal to T1. Both are equal. So modulus of T2 is also 2 power n minus 1. So 2 power n minus 1 plus 2 power n minus 1 is nothing but 2 times of 2 power n minus 1. 2 times of 2 power n minus 1. Okay. 2 power n minus 1. That is 2 into 2 power n minus 1, that is 2 power n. So modulus of P of A is equal to 2 power modulus of A. By the mathematical induction, modulus of P of A is equal to 2 power mod A is proved. Right. See the next theorem. If capital A and B are two sets, we have to prove that. A difference B union B difference A is equal to A union B difference A intersection B. A difference B union B difference A is equal to A union B difference A intersection B. First take the left hand side. What's the left hand side? It's a simple method. First take the X belongs to the left hand side. And then X belongs to A difference B or X belongs to B difference A. That is A difference B is nothing but X belongs to A but X does not belongs to B. Similarly, X belongs to B difference A means X belongs to B but X does not belongs to A. So that is nothing but can be written as OR. That is X belongs to A or X belongs to B. That is we have to write the converse part. But X does not belongs to B and X does not belongs to A. For this can be written as X belongs to or mean union A union B but X belongs to B intersection A. There is a converse. Therefore, X belongs to A union B difference A intersection B. Therefore, we get this term A difference B union B difference A contains or equal to A union B difference A intersection B. Mark it as equation number 1. So conversely, you have to take the right hand side and prove the case and compare the equation 1 and 2. We get the equation A difference B union B difference A is equal to A union B difference A intersection B. So the next theorem, A, B, C are the three sets. We have to prove that A union B is equal to B union C and A intersection B is equal to B intersection C. We have to show that A is equal to B. What are the two conditions are given? We have to prove that A is equal to B. First take A intersection of A union C. So let us take A is equal to A intersection of A union C. So A intersection of A union C can be written as B union C. And then just taking the property A intersection B union A intersection C. Next take the converse, that is A intersection B is nothing but B intersection A intersection C is nothing but B intersection C. This is nothing but B intersection of A union C. That is equal to A union C can be written as B union C. So B intersection of B union C is equal to B. That is A is equal to B. The next one, the last sum, that is also important sum, girls. That is we have to, the same one by the mathematical induction method. Just go through the problem. That is we are nothing but what is given, we have to n is a positive integer greater than 1, then prove that the case is not an integer. Is a positive integer greater than 1, but we have to prove that it is not an integer. So we have to show this. So greater than 1 means what are the cases? We have to take n is equal to 2, 3, etc. If n is equal to 2 means what is the condition? 1 plus 1 by 2 is equal to 3 by 2. N is equal to 3 means we take the first three parts, that is 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 is equal to 11 by 6. So next we have to assume n is greater than 3. So n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3 is over. Next we have to taking the n is greater than 3. So when it is greater than 3 means, for these are the condition we get, that is 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4 plus etc. So in this case we have just multiply and divided by n factorial. That is the case. Let t be such that 2 power t divides n factorial, but 2 power t plus 1 does not divide n factorial. So we have to introduce a variable integer r, that is 2 power r. This 2 is less than or equal to 1. So we find that t is greater than r is greater than 0. The only integer is 1, 2, 3, etc. r is divisible by 2 power r. Hence for all the k lies between 1 to n. For n factorial by k is divisible by 2 power k t minus r. For in every term except 1 is not divisible by 2 power t minus r plus 1. So except the term 1, the other terms are not divisible by. So this can be written as, so n factorial by 1, n factorial by 2 plus etc. This can be written as 2 power t minus r into 2j plus 1 by 2 power t into k. And this can be written as 2j plus 1 by 2 power r into k. This is for some integer j and k. We now find that the numerator is, see the numerator 2j plus 1 is an odd term and 2 power r into k, the denominator is the even term. So odd term is divided by the even term is not an integer. Therefore, the given term is not an integer. Right girls? Okay students, please go through all the 8 problems. Study all the theorems, all the properties, okay, all the induction method problems. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. I will clear your doubts. Thank you.